Hey everyone, and welcome. Get ready, because today we are going on a seriously fun word detective journey. We're going to master one of the most foundational and honestly one of the most important root words in the English language, the root word for time. To help us out, we're taking a page out of the playbook of our favorite 15-year-old mentor, Brainy. We're putting on our detective hats, we're grabbing our magnifying glasses, and we're going to uncover the hidden stories inside the words we use every single day throughout this explainer.
Okay, let's jump right into this. To get our brains in the right rhythm, we've got to look at this catchy little parody song, the CHRON time parody. It goes like this. CHRON, want to time, don't know what for, you're always time, and that's all there is, nothing more. I absolutely love this because it establishes the golden rule for today. Whenever you see the letters CHRON together, you are dealing with time, period. It's a constant. Just time, nothing more.
The song just keeps building that momentum, too. From dawn to dusk, you pull us in, chronometers count the seconds, time upon time. You know, when you hear that, you can almost physically hear a ticking clock in the background, right? Tick, tock, tick, tock. That cadence is exactly what the CHRON root is all about. It literally acts like the steady heartbeat of the English language, constantly counting every single second. Which brings us to Section 1, the core family and most important root words. Remember our memory cue here? Each CHRON word tells a time story. Let's meet the family. First up, we've got chronology. And look how simple the math of language can actually be. We take a chron, meaning time, and we just add the suffix ology. Now, as a quick spelling tip, ology always means the study of something. So the literal meaning here is time study. But in modern terms, it means the study of time order. Think about a historian. A historian creates a chronology of events in the exact order of time they happened. Simple, right? Now, watch what happens when we turn this into the adjective chronological. We're looking at a timeline of events from first to last. A great spelling tip to keep in your back pocket is that "ical" often means related to. So arranging things in chronological order simply means they're related to the exact time order they happened. You literally just order them by time, from year one all the way to the end. Next up in our core family is chronicle. This one uses the suffix "ical." And the spelling tip here, "ical" often means a story or a record. So literally, we have a time story. In everyday modern usage, a chronicle is exactly that. It's a story or a record of events in time. Imagine opening up an ancient, dusty history book that tells the sweeping story of a kingdom as time goes by. Well, that right there is a chronicle. All right, now let's look at a tool, the chronometer. We take chron and attach ometer. The ometer suffix is super common, and it always means measurer. Put them together, and quite literally, you've got a time measurer. Today, though, a chronometer isn't just your standard run-of-the-mill wall clock. It's a highly precise, incredibly accurate clock used by scientists or navigators to measure time perfectly.
To wrap up our core family, we have the word chronic. We add the ix suffix, which again means related to. So the literal translation is time long or related to time. In normal conversation today, we use chronic to describe something lasting a really long time. For example, a chronic illness is one that doesn't just go away quickly. It persists, it hangs around, and it lasts for a long period of time. Moving on to Section 2, word detective training and breaking it apart. Welcome to Brainy's workshop. Our memory cue for this part is super simple. Break it apart to see it. When we actually break our 5 core words down into their prefix, root, suffix, and literal meanings, this really fascinating pattern emerges. Notice the prefix for all of these? It's none. They all start directly with that root, chron. It's the suffix at the very end, like ology or ometer, that does the heavy lifting to change the modern meaning, all while keeping that core theme of time perfectly intact. It's like a giant puzzle. And that brings us to Section 3, prefix power and the suffix toolbox. Let's see what happens when we start equipping tools to our root words. The memory cue to keep in mind here is prefixes change the time meaning. You know, a tiny prefix holds immense power. Take our familiar friend, chronic, meaning time long. If we just attach the prefix "an" to the front, which means not or against, we get anachronic. This flips the meaning entirely to something that is wrong in time or not in time order. Just 2 little letters at the front completely reverse the direction of the whole word. It's a real game changer. Let's try another one. The prefix "anti" creates antichronous, meaning actively against time order. Conversely, if we stick "ograph" onto the end, we get chronograph, a physical writing or recording of time. We can even add osphere to create chronosphere, meaning a specific time zone or time area. See how modular this is?
So let's formally open up Brainy's suffix toolbox. The memory cue here is suffixes tell the job of the word. Let's run through these 6 essential tools really quickly. You've got alogy, which means the study of. You have ickle and ick, which both mean related to. You have ometer, the measurer, ickle for a small thing or story, and graph for writing. Seriously, memorize these 6 tools and you won't just master CHRON words, you'll unlock thousands of other words too.
Now for Section 4, Academic Vocabulary and CHRON across school subjects. Our memory cue: CHRON words appear in many subjects.
You can literally find these words behind every classroom door. In science, you'll study chronobiology. Over in history, you're naturally going to use chronological order to track past events. Down the hall in geography, you might map out time zones using a chronosphere. In literature, you'll be reading the works of a chronographer. And in that math and science crossover lab, you'll find chronometry. The CHRON root is basically the ultimate academic multi-tool.
Finally, Section 5, Advanced Spelling Bee Words and the Ultimate Challenge. Our final memory cue to lock in: advanced CHRON words still mean time.
Let's look at the word anachronism. It simply means something that is completely out of its proper time. Imagine, I don't know, a medieval knight riding a horse right through the middle of a modern city. That is an anachronism. It's totally out of place. And if we use the adjective form, we'd say that knight's armor is a totally anachronistic costume. Now here's a brilliant academic one: chronobiology. Remember our training? Break it apart to see it. Chron means time. Biology means the study of living things. Therefore, chronobiology is just the scientific study of how body rhythms change over time in living things. Things like your own sleep-wake cycle? Yep, that is chronobiology in action. And last but not least, let's tackle chronometric. We know chron is time and metric is related to measuring. Put them together and chronometric means measuring time very, very accurately. When you hear scientists talk about chronometric instruments, think of the incredibly advanced, cutting-edge tools they use in top-tier labs to measure fractions of a millisecond. So, we've completely cracked the code. From the simple tick-tock of a chronometer all the way to the advanced science of chronobiology, you now have the tools to read the time story inside these words. But a word detective's job is never truly done, is it? I want to leave you with a challenge. Keep your eyes open. Look at your textbooks, listen to the news, pay close attention to the words around you. What CHRON word will you spot in the wild next? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep on learning.